an impatient young driver,
So I revved my car a little bit.
Because they weren't going fast enough for you.
and his first run-in on the road.
Mr. Dryer started waving his hands and screaming at me, and at that point, I told him to go.
I am very disappointed in him saying that.
Mr. Dryer ran up and punched my car.
Now, I'm getting the whole picture. You getting the picture? Your kid was acting like a brat. Miss Brown, you have no idea what happened on the day of this incident. You weren't there, is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
And your son was driving a car.
Correct.
I see that you have a video, and my video is set up here. What is on the video?
I started recording right after the event, and it shows my interaction with Mr. Dryer.
Okay, so you're driving a car.
Yes.
And it's a car that you've worked on.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're driving in your neighborhood.
My father's neighborhood, yes.
And your father and your mother live separately.
Yes.
And it's a quiet neighborhood.
Relatively.
And there's an incident that happened that involved Mr. Dryer getting frustrated with you and hitting the back of your car.
Yes, Your Honor, punching.
Okay. Now, Mr. Dryer, how old are you, sir?
48.
How long have you lived in your house?
4 years.
And this happened near your house?
Yes. 2 blocks.
Do you remember the date of the incident?
December 1st.
When was the last time, Mr. Dryer, you were arrested?
Never.
When was the last time you were psychiatrically hospitalized?
Never.
Do you take any psychotropic medication?
No.
How old are you?
I'm 17 years old.
How long have you had a license to drive a car?
So the day after I turned 16, so that would be 2018.
And I assume you have no tickets since you've been driving.
No, ma'am.
Now, you were on your way to see your father, and I would like you to describe exactly what happened.
Okay, so what had happened, it was dark and raining slightly.
Okay, so it was dark, and
Yes.
it was raining slightly.
Slightly raining, yes.
Okay.
And I was coming home to my dad's house that night, and the way the entrance of the neighborhood is set up is you've got the road that you drive into and a median that no car would be able to get up on. So I was pulling in, and there was a car in front of me going...
Just a second. Car in front of you. Yes. What kind of a car in front of you?
A sedan, 4-door.
So there was a car in front of you going very slowly?
Yes, yes.
How slowly was slowly?
Maximum 5 miles an hour.
So the car in front of you was going 5 miles an hour?
Yes.
So what happened next?
At that point, I slowed down to a stop at that point, and
You stopped, but the car is
Yes.
going 5 miles an hour.
The car was going, slow, and I stopped. And at that point, I didn't honk my horn to tell him to get out of the way. My horn's kind of loud. So I revved my car a little bit, not...
Just a second. So you stopped your car?
Yes.
You put it in park?
Not in park. I drive a stick shift, so I put it in neutral.
Put it in neutral, and you revved up the engine?
I did not rev it in an obnoxious way. I revved
Well,
it...
if you revved up the engine, you revved it up in an obnoxious way. Let me stop you there. What's your first name?
Logan.
Logan, you revved it up to get the attention of the car in front of you?
Yes.
Well, you revved up your engine to get the attention of the car in front of you.
Yes, sir.
That there was a car behind you. So if the car in front of you, if they were on a cell phone or texting or something, you wanted to let you know. You could have blinked your lights because it was dark. You could have gone, you know, which is something that somebody would do if they want to get your attention, but they want to be quiet.
Yes.
If they want to say, you know, get off your cell phone, get off your text, you know, you blink your lights. You chose to put your car in neutral and go, whoa, whoa, to get their attention. Okay, now I'm getting the whole picture. You getting the picture?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right. Now, after you revved up your engine, what happened?
The car started pulling as close to that median that I was talking about as possible.
So the car that was going very slowly tried to pull over as far as they can so that you could go around them.
Yes.
Okay, because they weren't going fast enough for you, and so clearly they weren't on the phone and they weren't texting. What they were just doing was going too slow for you. So instead of speeding up, they said, all right, I got somebody behind me who's giving me a zhuzh. I'm going to get over and let him go around me. Okay, so now they moved over as far as they could to the median so you could go around them.
Yes.
And then what happened?
At that point, I started to pull around them, and I didn't mention, but Mr. Dryer and 2 others were in front of that car.
In front of the car doing what?
Walking in the middle of the street.
Just a second. Walking in the middle of the street?
Yes.
Not crossing the street?
No.
Just walking in the middle of the street. Now, Logan.
Yes.
There's a car in front of you. It's dark and it's raining.
Yes.
And sitting in your car, what kind of car do you have?
Mazda Miata.